Hello and welcome to Psychic Development with Inbaal here on the Bigfoot Outlaw Network. We are a paranormal channel chock full of esoteric content that can show you everything that goes on, the seen and the unseen. Please join us in welcoming a friend of mine who will be our guest for this evening, the very, very talented Sabi from Soul Sanctuary. I'm clapping as she joined us. Hi,
Hello.
Sabi.
Hello, Inbaal.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited that we get to do this. You have
Me
been
too.
on my dream list for guests for the show since the very, very beginning. And the stars aligned just right on this very, very special month. And we managed to see each other on the screen.
Absolutely.
Our regular viewers are already welcoming you. Sandy Black is saying hello, blessings. Hello.
Blessings.
We are coast to coast and around the world. I'm coming at you live from the north of the UK, the cold north. My feet are really cold. And Sabi is broadcasting at you from North London. Is that
North
right?
London. Yes.
Yeah, fabulous. And a big round of applause behind the scenes. We've got Grizz pulling all the levers and pressing all the buttons, making sure that we are streaming correctly. Sabi, it's so good to see you. We've been friends and colleagues for coming on to 20 years.
Yes.
But I would like, first of all, wait. Before I start, let me tell everybody watching, if you would like for Sabi to do you a little reading as we go along, as we go through, don't be shy. Ask a question. If you got your angel cards there for reading, so empowering messages, specific questions, also cool. Or if you just need a boost, if you just need a little bit of pick me up, there's going to be readings going on. Scott says, "What's up, all?" We're great, thank you. So I was actually hoping to start by looking at your origin story. How did you find your way from a regular childhood in London into being an author, a manifestation coach, a teacher, and a psychic who's sort of well known the world over? How did it start? What was the first spark? How did you know?
Yes. So firstly, thank you so much for having me here. I just love and adore you. Ever since I've seen you, you're my inspiration. So, as a child, I was very shy. I guess I still am, but I've learned to deal with it now. So I'm naturally very introverted and very sensitive to energy. So as a child, I would pick up on relatives' energies and see all sorts of things around them and feel when someone was down, ill, or stressed. So I struggled with that quite a lot. And then I kind of fell into banking and finance to fulfill my father's wish. So it was totally kind of against my character, my personality, my energy, but it strengthened me. So for 20, 25 years, I was actually in the banking industry. And you can just imagine the toxic energy and what I would be picking up from people. And then I was working for an American bank actually at the time. And I was offered a redundancy along with a package of study. So I then found a college of psychic studies, and I went to HR and I said,
"You studied at the College of Psychic Studies." Oh my goodness. Who did you study? Because I think for some people watching, the College of Psychic Studies is such like a hallowed place to go to, right, in London.
Yes.
Because did Arthur Conan Doyle sort of go there or parts initiate it?
Yes, exactly. It has such a big history. It's one of the, the originals here
Yeah.
in the UK. So I just signed up and I went to HR and I said, I would like to do Reiki. I would like to do spiritual healing. I'd like to learn tarot. And obviously it was a bit embarrassing at the time, but I said, that's what I want to do. So they paid for all my courses. And that was it, really. So that was 2001, 2002, something around that time. So I studied everything and learned to manage my intuition better and my energy, like cleansing my energy. And
Yeah.
then since then, I've been balancing the corporate world with my spirituality. And now finally I'm free and I'm just following my dream, my passion. I was headhunted and I manifested a book deal through Penguin Publishers. So that was my first angel healing book. And then since then I've written some children's books as well on angels.
That's so incredible. So if you go all the way back, when you approached your family and
Mm.
told them, I'm feeling this, or I think I know stuff, what kind of response did you get?
Yeah, so my family, they're not religious at all, not spiritual at all, but it didn't come much of a shock because I have some aunties in Cyprus, which is where my parents are from, and
Oh,
back home to my mum and dad, to where they were raised. They do all the coffee cup readings, they do all the kind of prayers and they burn olive leaves. We burn the sage, so there's
for
olive
cleansing
leaves.
and purification.
Yeah, so it's in
Oh,
my DNA.
yeah, you
So
can help it.
yeah, exactly. So I'm the only one in a very large family here in the UK who's developed it. So
Wow. But
I
the
believe
aunties over
everyone is.
there are not in
Yeah,
shock at all. You're one of them.
that's right. Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
amazing. And when you first started, because obviously I'm in between two cultures as well.
yeah.
When you use the terms that you learn in English, are you able to kind of connect them to the correct term in Turkish, or are they expressed a little bit differently in each culture?
Slightly different, yeah.
Yeah.
So I am fluent in Turkish, but still I can't always explain or get all the terminology right. But I mean, a lot of my cousins are, they don't speak English, but when I do my tarot lives on Instagram, they watch for a good 90 minutes, 2 hours. They
Yeah.
say they don't care. They don't care that they don't understand it because they just like the energy of the cards. They like how I express the
Yeah.
meaning. So,
I really agree with that. There's tarot creators that I follow on YouTube, and
mm,
it's like Spanish first language French, and I know a bit, but really not enough for anything. And
yeah,
I love the vibe. I love watching it. I feel like we're part of a community, and especially for your cousins.
yeah,
I think sort of having the cousin in England is sort of
yeah.
quite yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's quite a status
VIP.
symbol.
Yeah,
Yeah. What are you doing? No, I'm just listening to my cousin in England at the
that's
moment.
right.
That.
That's right. Oh,
Right. So we've
they
got
do.
Lena here saying, I would so love to visit Turkey.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
You're from Cyprus.
So
Do
yeah,
you,
but it's very, very, very close. Very close. So Turkey is the bigger country, and the Cyprus is a very small island. Just
yeah.
very,
But
very much,
they
very
do things
similar.
kind of the same. Like from the
Yeah,
spiritual perspective, is it quite similar?
in Turkey they are very advanced now,
Yeah.
especially with retreats. and nutrition, and because they are such nature lovers. So
Exactly. I
yeah,
think
so
because we're
it's
here in the
beautiful.
UK, it's always cold. It's always cold. So we're indoors. In all the hot countries, people are outdoors and nature also is outdoors. So, so it
Yes,
makes kind of a more straightforward connection.
yes.
So we've got, both Sandy and Twisted are getting all excited about Greece and Turkey.
I'm
It's
going
true.
to Greece next year
Oh, are
for
you
the
running
first time.
retreats?
I'm not sure. I think it'll be more of a family thing, but I've co-hosted some retreats in Bali before. But
Oh,
yeah, but, so I
amazing.
think it'll be a holiday just to explore Greece a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I know that, within the spiritual community, there are so many of us who love to write, but so few of us who have had books out. And you didn't sort of go and pitch a book to thousands of publishers. You
No,
did your manifesting, and then a book situation just happened.
it,
Would you like to share a little bit about this dream process? And I think it's so funny because maybe like your banker friends, they dream
yeah,
about like, their yachts and their champagne and stuff.
yeah,
I feel you. I feel like, us within this community, we dream about the book deal. That's the
yeah.
dream.
That's right. Oh, it was incredible. The way it happened, I couldn't plan it, the way that it happened. So I was off work for about a week and I was bored. So I thought, let me start my own website. So it was my first website. I was just getting used to the whole internet and it was all slow back then. So I think it was MSN and
Yeah, yeah.
the
You type
dialing
your
in.
name 5 minutes later, it got on the
That's
screen.
exactly. So I just thought, okay, let me just follow my creativity. So I started up my website and I did a little bio and I said, currently working in finance, but I love angels. I see angels. I can hear angels. I get the messages, like insane messages that I pick up for people that are spot on. So I just put a little bio. And then a week later, Sunday Times publisher, the magazine journalist, saw that and she was just looking for someone just like me, someone who lives or works in an ordinary industry but is open to spirituality. So she interviewed me. She came on, she was very skeptical. But
Oh,
I gave her the whole angel experience with the angelic cakes and the teacups and the cards. And she published an article on me. And then a few days later, the Penguin publishers saw that interview, got in touch with me, said, would you like to write a book based on your experiences, plus, your memoirs and case studies? Because I did have some clients back then. So I said, yeah, why not? Okay, so
why not?
I literally wrote this book. I think it was 50,000 words I had to come up with. I literally wrote it commuting into the city. Penguin is huge. Yeah.
Penguin
It
is
was
huge.
like one of the biggest publishers in the
It's not
world.
just that I didn't want to break your flow, but it's not just that Penguin is huge. For anyone watching from outside of
Yeah.
the UK, the magazine that Sabi mentions is not like a gossip and travel magazine. It's the
No.
Sunday Times magazine is one of the most established, one of the most mainstream, one of the most serious magazines. That's what serious people read when they have their serious coffees just before their serious meetings. It's
That's
such
it.
a it's such a an incredible line on your resume, basically. It's
Yeah.
such a way to kind of bam go out
That's
into the consciousness. And it's always occurred to me that it's so interesting that the mainstream world tries to claim you with their banking and their Sunday Times and their kind of hotshot publishing. And Sabi's always like, okay, guys, but angels. Okay, guys, I know what you're saying, but crystals. All right, guys, but let's light some sage and manifests.
Exactly. I've always been the bridge. I feel like I've just tried to bridge both worlds, and just make it more accessible and not so woo-woo, So
I know, and I know a few of your clients, and I know that the banking people want to go, not just banking, but a lot of mainstream industry people or mainstream industry survivors want to have their reading with somebody who understands what they have been through and the toxic environment that they've had to endure, and the way that they might feel like they're sort of giving up or giving away such a lucrative career. And for what? And for what? For candles? Yes, for candles.
That's right. No, you're right. I've got CEOs of insurance companies and HR directors and lawyers, solicitors, all in that profession, in those professions, as well as teachers and school teachers, NHS workers, everything, everywhere. Whole spectrum.
Tor says he loves that you said the bridge. And what's interesting is that the two of you, I'm trying to point in the right direction, you and Tor are kind of connecting the spiritual world like a big sun to different industries, because Tor is in gaming and music. And so the gaming people will naturally gravitate towards him for their readings, and the musicians and so on. So in that incredible sun, you've got like different rays going to different places. And so you're sitting there typing, a whole book for Penguin
on the train,
International Penguin Press. What is going through your mind as you're doing it?
I was exhausted.
So you were doing it on your commute?
On my commutes, first thing in the morning, I'd run to the train so that I can get a seat, just so I can get typing. And I would literally have to keep my eyes open, like I was so exhausted, because any time that I had, and working in investment banking and trading, and it was full on. And just at that time, my manager wanted to kind of promote me as well, so I had more experience in the banking side. And then I had this offer, an opportunity that I didn't want to blow. So I just thought, okay, I just have to do it. I used to have panic attacks because the deadlines, and it was never guaranteed that it was going to be published. It was always like, okay, just submit your manuscript, and I had to submit it step by step, like chapter by chapter. And at any point they could have just said, no, it's just not working. And they didn't help me with the structure. They just said 50,000 words, memoir, case studies. And then
I know where you go.
That's it. And then so they ended up approving it. I wrote the book in about 6 months. It took 4 months or so to publish it. Then it went on to Amazon all over the world and published in Spanish as well. And as soon as the Sunday Times article went out, I just had so many requests for one-to-ones, and people from all over the UK to begin with, and then word of mouth. But now I have a real worldwide international client base, quite a few in the US as well.
Not to skip too many stages, but now you have a membership that allows people access to you. And, not to promote too much or anything, but just so you know, the first 7 days are free. So you can
Yes,
just try for yourselves. And you know, the next, like, all the time after, is so affordable. So
exactly.
super
Oh,
affordable.
thank you.
Considering that, you know, a lot of your clients are like super wealthy, the fact that you keep prices accessible for everybody, I think really
I
shows who
do.
you are. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
I think it
Thank you.
really shows what, because you could have been sat in the bank crying and
Yeah,
earning and crying, but no,
absolutely.
you want to be smiling. I love that. So we
I,
fast forward to now.
mm,
In your
yeah,
membership, how
yeah,
many countries can you estimate? How many different nationalities have you got there? Can't estimate.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I can just do a little count now. So I've got lovely clients from US. I've got Australia. I've got Canada. I've got Netherlands, Denmark, Spain, Turkey, of course. Yeah, just all over.
UK.
Poland, UK, of course.
Oh,
Poland, Germany.
yeah.
So, and I love it because they all come together and really share stories. These lovely clients are from all over the place, different ages, different walks of life, different experiences, and they just share and inspire each other. So that's
Mm,
why I wanted to kind of bring everything into one place. And in my membership, I am offering a Manifesting Miracles program, which is aligned with the moon cycles. So the new moon and the full moon, we do lots of manifesting,
yeah.
and it's incredible. New homes, new jobs, new partners, money found.
Pregnancies. I know you.
Two pregnancies, miracle pregnancies.
Yeah.
Um,
They
one
owe you some
landing.
sabbies. They need to name some baby sabbies, you know, in honor.
Yes. Middle name. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So,
Exactly.
I've had weddings. I've had people meet at my sessions and my workshops, and they've gone on to get married. It's just such a blessing to do what I love. And sometimes we do need to sacrifice what feels or seems like security, with that side of things. But I was just really trapped in that,
Yeah.
trapped in myself for a very long time. Although, I was the bridge, and I did try to stay true to myself in banking, but I just never felt like I fit in. I couldn't be assertive enough, maybe. I did my best, but the universe kicked me out. So here I am now.
Yeah. Kicking and screaming. Do you know,
Yeah.
our lovely friend Laura Daligan, who has a show on the channel on Thursdays,
Oh,
she calls that kind of dark night of the soul, she calls it the boot camp of being psychic. If you're
mm,
committed to working with people, then the universe is going to put you through all sorts of things so that when the time comes for you to help people through
yeah,
their own dark night of the soul, you're not coming from a position of superiority like somebody who's, you know, lived with a silver spoon and had it easy. On the contrary, whatever they're going through, you're like,
mm,
babe, I could
not
tell
at
you
all.
some stories.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
me.
yeah, absolutely. And
Definitely.
then when you do your manifesting for a big group,
Yes.
are there techniques that you're kind of really faithful to, or do you go like really eclectic and try with different ways?
Yeah. What I love to do is just teach as well as share. So I teach my members different techniques of, using and working with the elements differently. Just to manifest and just to bring, just bless water basically, and just sage every bit of your home for, just light a candle, bless that candle. So, just I really teach them, but the thing that my members are loving the most and benefiting a lot from at the moment, there's two things actually. It's the soul contracts that we have.
Ooh,
People are struggling in relationships and soulmate connections, and not understanding, even in family members are our soul family, soulmates. That's why I've called my membership Soul Sanctuary, because it's just going deeper on deeper levels to understand and resolve. So if it's karmic,
Taurus says universe needs to chill. I'm exhausted. And Nigel said hi to everyone. Hi, Nigel. I also saw Roger earlier. Sorry, and I didn't say hi. Saying, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? Saying, okay, thank you. That's really sweet. We love having everyone interact. And in a few minutes, we're going to be doing a few readings. Sorry, I got so caught up in asking questions. If people have sent in some readings, we're gonna pop into them in the next few minutes. But yeah, just to sort of touch very quickly. So about 4 years ago, you became a mummy. And for international viewers, a mommy. And and then that gave you sort of an extra angle to juggle, an extra angle to sort of fit everything. And now you have a few books under your belt that have to do with the angelic realms and with children. Have you felt that you are in a good place with yourself to embrace a child into this world?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I had to work on myself so much. I had a lot of healing to do from my past. You know, a lot of reflecting to do, a lot of understanding, you know, as I was just saying, with the soul contracts and karmic situations. So I've had to do a lot of that. And my little cherub, my baby boy, it's like he waited for me to sort everything out, sort it all out, and then he can come along.
Yeah.
So, you know, I do believe in divine timing, and I had actually given up. I was like, no, it's okay. Motherhood's not for me this lifetime. It's okay. You know, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And then there it was, just when I gave up. He said no. He had different ideas. And, you know, it's just been, I had him, and then 2 months later, we went down into lockdown, in COVID lockdown.
Wow.
So it was tough. It was very tough. But at the same time, so I found out that I was pregnant. I had my 40th birthday party the day before. And then I went into work on Monday, and I was told that they're stopping my contract. I was working for HSBC at the time. And they said, right, we're not renewing your contract. So my whole life, like just within a few days, was like, oh my God.
Everything is different. The only constant in life is change.
That's it. So I've actually designed little children's books with different angels teaching children different things. The Archangel Michael with the mighty shield for protection and courage, for example.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm in the process of just writing them, but motherhood has been a very, very big teacher.
Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, whether or not you're interested. So Tor says, would like a reading, please. Just wanting to know how the rest of the year will be, please, and thanking you.
Okay.
Let's see. Would you like to pull some cards for Tor?
Yeah, sure. I feel drawn to my angel cards, actually. So is that okay? I've also got tarot here, but I feel the angels tonight. Okay, so a few have jumped out. So, okay. So you're, have I got that right? Don't know if you can see that. You're ready. You're ready. because there's something better. There's something better for you, something that you've been working towards. And there might be something that you felt like you have to compromise, like just finding that balance of the scales there. So sometimes we need to make a sacrifice, just compromise a little bit to really follow your heart. And I feel that in your heart, that there is a better situation, there is a better way for you. And you're ready to embrace it. So I hope that helps.
That sounds really, really super accurate. Taurus says perfect to the angels, but I'm sure he's going to let you know how fabulous that was. And and then when somebody sort of say books a reading with you, do you feel sort of what you want to give to them, or do you work better with kind of specific questions? What's more your way?
Both, I would say, yeah. One thing that I do know is that one service that I have is that people book like an audio reading, and I put it on my list.
Oh, yeah.
And so I work down through my list of readings, non-appointment based, and sometimes I get no from the angels, like no, not yet. So almost like leave it till tomorrow. And then between that time, something massive has shifted and they've texted me a little update. So, sometimes I do listen to that gut feeling of, is it, should I, for example, tonight I've got my tarot, but I've also got my angels, and I have a strong feeling to just go with the flow with angels. And general or questions, both are absolutely fine.
Yeah. And I love that you've got the tarot there, because I know that if a question comes in and your intuition will say to you, okay, this is the one, this is the tarot, then you'll go with that. So we've got one from Ben Seeley saying, am I going to get a deer this year? I don't know if this is like what do you call it? Like a hidden message, or if it's an actual deer with antlers, but
Okay, let's have a look.
Yeah. Is Bentley going to get a deer this year?
Let's have a look. Okay. What I do is I completely remove my own kind of judgment out of the way, my own opinions. So I just allow the channel to be clear, really. So let's see. Okay, interesting. So you have got choose a new direction. Choose a new direction. It doesn't mean to say no, but let's have a look. Let me pull you another two. Okay. Okay, I've got two stuck together here. So let go, actually. Let go, and those two are pretty similar. So choose a new direction, let go. Let go could also be like let go of expectation and allow the divine timing. But let's choose one more. Okay, take action. Take action. So what I'm feeling here is let go of something, like let go of an attachment to it. Choose a new direction around it, and follow your guidance, follow your gut instinct, and then take action around that. So,
right, amazing. So Grizzly's dropped a note for us to say he's talking about hunting. So will I get a deer this year? So this is exactly your message, saying in a different direction. So to not go in the route that maybe you have been going, but he could be hiding. It could be hiding on a different path.
I think so.
Yeah. So hopefully, that helps. And Taurus sent a message to say that the deck of cards that you're using, he's been considering, Tor works with the angels, that deck you're using, I've been considering using more for everyday readings. I'm taking this as a nod from the angels to do so. See how you inspire.
Exactly. And, I have to say, I have about 30 different angel decks. And this is the one that angels told me to get for tonight. So
Yeah.
I think it's a sign for Taur.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, because I'm always like with the same tarot deck, always with the same one. It's
Yes.
been years, always with the same one. When you have lots of, do you find that you kind of develop an attachment to some of them? Will there be one that's like a favorite for a while, or one that fits in different situations?
Yeah, especially with my tarot, like I probably have so many of them as well. I actually gave about 10, maybe more, 10, 15 decks away. I gave them all to charity when I needed to just let go of them, because I was so attached to them and there was so much energy built up. I was probably doing I can't remember now, but hours and hours and hours of readings for people at one point, and I just had to let them go. So now, yes, I am attached to a certain deck. I don't know if you know it, but it's the Gilded Tarot. It's
Oh,
it's this one. They're really beautiful.
really beautiful. They photograph really well, those.
Yes. So I'm quite attracted to these ones at the moment, but yeah, I do go through phases.
Yeah. Grizz says that he would like a reading for himself. So let's do a reading for the boss. What are you picking up for Grizz?
Oh, okay, Grizz. Let's see. Okay. So wait. Yeah, wait. And actually what I'm really drawn to there is the sword. And what I feel in this sword is that the power is yours, and you're very intuitive yourself. So wait until you get that download to be 100% sure about something. So let's see the next card. Ask your angels. But I did just say intuition, just wait until you get that download and ask your angels to show you a sign. And the sign can be like a white feather, just falling down in a random place. It could be the angel numbers, which is usually the 111, or, the triple numbers, the double numbers, and also lyrics in a song, I'm being told by the angels. So listen out to messages in lyrics of certain songs, because even you'll turn the radio on and there's your answer. So
Yeah.
I'll just get one more for Chris. The situation will improve. So yeah. So whatever it is, whatever you need to wait for the download around, it is going to improve. I hope that helps.
Amazing, right? He's saying wow in all capitals with more exclamation marks than I can read. So yeah, so we've got a big wow from Grizz. Thank you so much, Grizz. Number one. Because yeah, actually you'll probably sort of hear about it maybe afterwards, but Grizz is waiting on something that that weight makes a lot of sense. So
Oh wow.
fabulous.
Excellent.
And Taurus shared with us that he had the same experience when he's had too many decks. That you just have to sort of let go of a few.
I think so. Like no amount of incense or sage would just get the energy out. So I was just like, do you know what? Even just sometimes they say that when you pass on tarot cards, I don't know, it kind of cleanses itself and they start again. I'm not sure,
I think it kind of calibrates to a new owner. So I was working when I first started. I was in the psychic fairs for almost 3 years, and I was like the youngest person there by far. Everybody else was like, grizzled, hardworking psychics. They've been doing it since like way, way, way before. Ooh, I'll finish my boring story in a second. Sandy is picking up on something there, saying, have you considered your own angel deck, or is that like a trade secret? Are you allowed to talk about it?
I'm just so busy with other things, but yeah, it's on the list somewhere.
Yeah.
It's
After
on
all
the
the
list.
books, after all the courses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've just had a download now. Maybe I can do angel cards for children,
Yeah.
parents and children, or just children. But yeah,
I'll tell you,
we'll
a
see.
friend of mine does like affirmation cards for children. She's
Oh,
done affirmation cards for young ones, affirmation cards for sort of slightly older kids, and she actually did a deck of affirmation cards for miscarriages, which I thought was so
oh,
courageous because when
wow.
I miscarried, as many babies as what I had, and
Oh,
those affirmations could have nothing to, but could have really carried me. So there is certainly
yeah.
a customer for any type of deck that that you have in mind. And the beauty
Yes,
about angels is that they cross all cultures. They cross
yes,
all cultures. There is nowhere where an angelic presence would take away from. It only
yes,
enhances, right?
yes,
So
yes,
back to the cards. So I worked with hardworking long-term psychics who started working way well before, when you would only like learn it from your grandmother, or you would only sort of do it
yes,
if it was like normal in your neighborhood. And one of them was, at the time, this is 30 years ago, so at the time she was already sort of quite advanced in years, and she was very flamboyant. And she told me the story. She said, I got this deck and it was secondhand, and I brought it home. And she said, I was so young and arrogant, and I cleansed it. And she said, and as I told the spirits to leave it, I may as well taken it out of a cereal packet. It was empty. Everything was gone from it. So
wow,
combining that with what you're saying with a new owner,
yeah,
it kind of doesn't carry that same heaviness.
no,
Maybe when you get it, it's like getting like a seasoned wok. It's already
yeah,
ready. It's not stinky. It knows how to do the job. And if you cleanse it
exactly,
too much, it'll just
yeah,
be it'll just be a nothing. It'll just be like a exchange cards that you have when you're a child.
exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
it's amazing. They are very special.
Yeah. So we have a question from Lena, going by a
Mhm.
little twisted, and she says, may I have a reading from the angels if time? Thank you.
Course, of course. Let's see. So, what does Lena need to know, angels? Oh, so with Lena, I do feel a little cherub, just above her head. So, just if they show me, then I share it. So I do feel like a little cheeky cherub. One of those cupids. So, like a cupid cherub, just there, so romantic at heart. I feel that there's like a romantic pure energy there with Lena. So let's have a look. Just choose 3. Okay. So communicate clearly. So Lena, there's something that, communicate with the universe actually clearly about what you want. And I do feel that it's something to do with either that cherub that I just mentioned, or, if there's if you're into manifesting and you're just not sure if things are going to happen. So just get very clear and communicate clearly with the angels, but also with the universe about, your next steps. So let's see. It's up to you. Yeah. It's up to you to choose. It's up to you to choose which direction you want to go and if you want it or not. So what this is saying to me is free will. You know, it's free will. Sometimes we think we want something, but then we block it with our limiting beliefs. And that's one of the big things that I work with my clients on, belief coding. So just coding in, just releasing anything from the past that may have happened, and just really choose and communicate. And then this one, opportunity. So opportunity is here for you. There's a big opportunity, and I see that as abundance, all those gold coins. So I hope that that's helpful.
Let us know, Twisted, if that made sense to you. That is amazing. So I've got to ask you something that I get asked a lot, because you're an optimist like me, and sometimes you've got to give a message that's just no fun. That, you know, if somebody's like next year is going to be challenging, if you're seeing some sadness or some misfortune. Ooh, Twisted says, wow, big confirmation. High five. Thank you so much, Sabi.
You're welcome.
Fabulous. And Taurus says, gosh, these readings are so amazing. What a talent. I 100% agree. But yeah, how do you deal with tough readings? Where in your heart do you find the strength?
I think it's the delivery of the answer. Because from my own experience, when I was opening up to spirituality, and Inbaal, you were like one of my first ever heroes. I was in love with you from day one, and I followed you, and I learned how you read with so much empathy. And I think I'm that kind of person anyway. You know, sometimes we get like really blunt. No, it's not going to happen. Just let it go, and just like, or even worse than that, you know, some terrible predictions that are delivered in such a harsh way that leaves that person quite traumatized and confused. So what I have chosen to do is to use tarot as an intuitive counseling or intuitive healing tool. So I say, well, actually, the cards are just showing that this is a possibility, but you know, the energy as it stands right now is like this. But if you work on your beliefs, your energy field will change, and you will attract the thing that you do want. So I kind of turn it around.
Yeah, because
I
you're a
hope that
manifestor,
answers in the right
you know
way.
there's always options.
I'm a true believer, and sorry. Also, what I teach my clients and students as well is that if there are difficulties or negativities, look at them as blessings. You know, one of the big things is like a lot of people say, oh, I'm getting really triggered, I'm really down, I'm really depressed, I have no motivation. So I just say, just what is it highlighting? Because whenever you are triggered, it just means there's an unresolved wound or an unresolved memory. So look at it as a blessing, and let's work with the angelic light, with the divine light, with the wisdom to quickly resolve it. And then you can move forward.
I love that you're like, quickly resolve it. We don't
Quickly.
do things slowly here. Twisted says, Sabi, you have beautiful energy. Thank you so much. So
You're welcome.
without sticking you in a, you know, in an archetype, you are a Gemini, right?
Yes.
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 So it's got to be quick. It's got to have a smile
Oh,
on.
yes.
It's got to have, yeah. There's something better coming up, and that's really the Gemini ethos, isn't it? Is something
Yes.
better. Tomorrow's a new day.
100%. Because if I just dwelled on all the difficulties and challenges and betrayals and all those, I would be missing out, and my son would be missing out. And I just turn things around. I think that's what I do. I just turn things. It's not always easy, but a lot of the people in my life, they're just like, how can you just, even in the banks, I was still as smiley, maybe less, maybe less smiley, but I was still known as the smiley Sabby and the positive one that annoyed people at times because it just
Not,
triggered
yeah,
them
not
because they were
everybody
stressed
likes,
out.
exact. Not everybody likes a smiler, and that's okay.
No, that's it. That's it. So I just, I try to turn things around because I have to, especially now. I just want to be, in a way, an inspiration and just uplift people because things are so hard.
Yeah,
You know,
Twisted is incredible inspiration and wisdom. I find you a personal inspiration to me. I
thank
absolutely
you.
love seeing you soar and embracing, everything that life desires to, to bless you with. Sometimes
Thank
when the
you.
blessings are hidden and sometimes a little bit more obvious. So we can definitely fit in one
Yeah,
more reading if anybody's
yeah,
sort of sending in a message. But maybe a personal question first, Sabi. What is
yes.
your New Year's resolution?
Oh
What's
gosh.
happening? What's happening? What is left for you to achieve?
Oh my gosh. In my experience, one thing that I have not done as much is put myself out there too much to expand. I've always manifested. I've always, like the Penguin Publishers experience, I've always manifested job opportunities, even this beautiful interview, or this opportunity, it's just like it comes my way. So I've programmed things to come my way. But I know now that the way forward is online, social media, digital marketing. So that's going to be my focus next year to
Mm.
kind of get the word and get the work out there a bit more.
You're gonna find it so easy because it's very Gemini coded. You'll see when you engage in it, it's going to be so natural for you.
Hope
Um,
so.
it's probably my Gemini placements that make it really easy for me. I have
Oh,
Mars in Gemini, which sounds like a disaster. And in many ways it can be,
yeah,
but it's, I can get really excited and really passionate about sort of just playing around with, with the Gemini
yeah,
and Quicksilver
yeah,
responses of the different social medias. And I can get so excited when I see that,
yeah,
on one platform, one video will get 24 total views, and on another platform, it will
yeah.
get like 724.
Wow.
Right? Do you see what I mean? That is
Yeah,
exciting. And then a different
it
video
is.
will do the opposite. See, so if you get excited about it, then then you're already there. Then you got it. If
It's
it's not
true.
something that you do because it's a chore, if it's something that you do because
Yeah,
there is something there that is appealing to you,
yeah.
then you're already there. You've already
That's
won.
true. That's so true. And one thing, like since leaving the corporate world behind and having things on my own terms now, I just refuse to do anything that just doesn't feel aligned to me. I just
Yeah.
can't do it. It's just too much effort. Like now, I love it. I've always done my own websites. I've always written my own books, but I've even designed an app before, and so I'm quite creative like that. But I won't spend or waste the time um, if there's resistance.
Yeah.
If there's, I will work on my fears, like fear of judgment and fear of whatever. And once I've dealt with the internal mindset, if it still doesn't flow, I don't go down that road. But
Yeah.
now,
That could be
digital
like your
marketing, I love it now.
That could be like your motto. If it doesn't flow, I don't go. It rhymes.
No, I don't go. I love it. Yeah, it's so true.
But no, I really agree with that. If it's a no, I don't go. If it's a no, there's no
That's
flow,
it.
I don't go. No, I really agree with that. And obviously, it doesn't come from a position of superiority. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with that. It's when your heart says,
Yeah,
Sabi, not the path for you, then you know it's not letting you, it's not getting you
yeah.
wrong.
No,
And
I just let my soul guide me now.
yeah, and as we're starting to sign off, so Twisted has sent us a very, very beautiful thank you. But
Thank you.
I would love for you to sort of give us all a lovely rundown
Yeah.
of where people might be able to find you.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, Sabi_Hilmi on Instagram. That's the only place that I'm really active at the moment. So if you were to put Sabi Soul Sanctuary, that will also come up. And there's a link on that bio to my website and also to my Stan store, which has all the kind of books and courses and everything there. So I would say that would be the best place. Sabi_Hilmi.
Fabulous. So if anyone struggles to find Sabi, come to me. I'll put you her way. So at the moment you've got the angel books on for angel book on for sale. You've got one of the kids angel books out.
Two. Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, they're published. I'm still working on the others.
Yeah, fabulous. You've got your readings and you've got your membership. Your membership is under the name Soul Sanctuary as well?
It is. Yeah, there would be a link. There'll be a link on my website and also on the link tree as well.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
And just so that we're super, super sort of clear and transparent, it is you, isn't it? That if anybody sort of gets in touch, they're not getting into an AI or a secretary or anything. It's a
No.
one-woman
It's all
show.
me. I haven't been cloned yet.
Science is going to have to do really well. That'll be a real win if that was to happen. Sandy says, Mary Part. That is beautiful. Right. So thank you so much for spending this time with us and for showing us how you work and for sharing your energy with us. I think you've uplifted and inspired many people.
I hope so.
Much.
Thank you so much for having me here.
And for everybody watching here on Bigfoot Outlaw, thank you so much for getting involved. If you're watching on any other platform, on any other channel, or if you're listening to us later on any of the podcasting platforms, make sure you find us on YouTube, where it's our home channel, Bigfoot Outlaw. If you just search on YouTube for Bigfoot Outlaw Grizzly, you'll be able to find all our different programs with all our experts and passionate beings. Thank you as well for spending your time with us. I will see you in the next few days, and you can find Sabi whenever you want. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much. Good night.